Aloha everybody and shalom. We're at the new moon right now. And so as you guys know, these activations, or if you're new to this and you don't know, I'll tell you, these activations don't actually have anything to do with the moon other than that we use it as a measurement of time. So we use the moon to measure time so that we can all of us, all around the world, meet 4 times a month for these activations, which are basically just messages that are activating. They are messages that we scry from these symbols that are pulled and revealed. And then we find this one message, unite in it, and power it up. Actualizing the light of its truth in our world together. What does that mean, right? It's like, what is she even saying? It just means that we're gathering to extract an uplifting message that we're all going to unite in and focus on, which we hope will bring more light into the world. So if you know of anybody who you think might like to participate in this activating message, go ahead and share this video with them now while we're live. Go ahead and share it with your favorite Facebook groups or your friends or family, or maybe someone who you think could use an uplifting message right now. Going to go ahead and start shuffling the deck. And as you all know, as usual, I'm tuning in from the lovely Sedona, Arizona, land of the vortices. But you are the ultimate vortex. Your heart, the place where we meet as one, is the ultimate vortex. Go ahead and let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Where in the world are you tuning in from? Love to see all the comments, see where you're all tuning in from around the world. I just want to show you guys that there are rainbows all over the setup here, coming in from the crystals in my window. Pretty awesome. I'm loving it. So go ahead and let go of anything that you've been carrying with you all day, all week, all month, all year, whatever it is. Just set it aside just for this moment, just so that we can tune in to the biggest space possible, that we can allow for the most information to come through. If we're holding on to something, then that's taking up space. So just for this moment, let it go so that we can open up to receive the message. You don't need to create a space, it already exists. The infinite space within your heart, again, where you and I meet as one. So just meet me there. Tune in, here now. All right, I'm very excited to see what the archetypes have to say, and we give thanks in advance for their message that is about to be revealed to us. Feeling that Aquarian energy, feeling fresh, feeling new. What's the focus for this month? Something, and this feels like something that we are already very aware of. Like when we reveal it, we're going to be like, yes, this is the thing, okay? What is the number one thing that we're going to dive into this month that we already kind of are expecting? What's the biggest challenge going to be ahead? And what's this all for? Why are we doing this? What's it for? What's it for in the bigger picture of things? All right, so the theme of this month. Woo! We start off with a major arcanum card. Okay, we pulled 3 cards. The very first one, a major arcanum card. It's card number 6 of the Trump cards, major arcanum cards. The Lovers, aka the 2 Paths. A lot of people see this card and they think, oh, it's about love. But it's not. It's actually metaphorical. In fact, if there was a card that really right away we could see was about love and relationships, it would actually be 2 of Cups. But we're talking about the 6, the Lovers of the Trump cards, and this is not really necessarily about actual love and romance. It's about the 2 paths. It's about a crossroads, a choice point. And oftentimes that involves relationships and it involves romance, it involves love. But this is not always the case. So this coming up right now in the position of what is the theme of this month, something that we've been already feeling, it's showing us that we're coming to this point where we're going to take a specific road in life. We're making choices right now that are going to take us into the future of who we really are. I mean, in a big way. The decisions that we're making right now are huge. They're going to affect us in a powerful way and for a long time. These are big decisions. So whatever questions you've been asking yourself right now, or whatever questions the universe has been asking you right now, whatever questions you are being faced with right now, those answers that you choose, the decisions that you make in reflection of those questions are going to affect you in a huge way. And I know everybody's been talking about these 6 planets in Aquarius, Aquarius new moon, Aquarius season, Aquarius, 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 Aquarian age. And going along with that theme, it's like, well, of course, we are making choices right now that are going to help us branch out, expand, progress mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all these ways. And this is very Aquarian. This is very Aquarian. We're expanding right now in big ways. So what is the biggest question on your mind right now? And yes, there are always going to be questions in our external world, like, oh, should I eat this or should I eat that? You know, the more mundane things, the more mundane choices that we make day to day. But I'm talking about the deeper questions that your soul is inquiring about right now. Who am I really? What am I really here for? What am I meant to do in this life? What does relationship mean to me? How do I want to go about that? What are the lessons I've learned in life and how can I apply them in new ways right now? So it's the deeper questions you want to focus on right now. What are those big decisions that you're sitting with? Those questions that you haven't been able to necessarily answer yet, at least not with full clarity or certainty. And know that this month is going to be what it's all about. That's at the forefront of our awareness right now, or at least it should be. Those questions that have been on your mind, those deep soul questions that have been on your mind and in your heart, are wanting answers, and all in good timing. We can't be stressed out when we don't have that certainty or clarity yet, simply because it's just not time. If we don't have the answer, it's just not time. So don't beat yourself up over it. Don't waste your time, your precious energy, sitting there thinking about why you're so uncertain and why you can't make up your mind. Just live your life. The answer will naturally come as a byproduct of you just being yourself and living your life. But this is the theme right now, you guys, a choice point, a crossroads. We're going to have to make a decision soon, but before we do, it's really about asking the questions behind the questions that we're asking, like looking at what we're asking and then seeing what is the deeper question behind that. So really it's about examining this crossroads, this choice point right now, not yet making a decision, but looking at it and asking, how did I come to this place? How did I get to this fork in the road? And really envisioning and feeling what your life will look like if you go down this road or that road. What will it look and feel like going down each of those roads? And really sink into it and know that what you see and what you feel about each of those roads is how it's going to be. Because your intuition and your heart already knows. It already knows. It knows all things. All answers live within. So when you meditate on it and you feel yourself going down each of those roads, trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Know that the overall feeling that you get about each of those paths is absolutely right. And there may be multiple paths that are right. In fact, they're all right. It doesn't matter. There's only one road. There's only one path in life. So if you're remaining aware of that road behind all of the illusions of the many roads in this life, then you'll be okay no matter which way you choose to go. Remember your mission. Remember that we're here to psychologically and spiritually progress. So if you remember what your lessons are at this time, you know what your work is, and you stay focused on that and you carry that intention, it doesn't matter which road you go down, because all of the opportunities and experiences that come with whichever road you choose, you will see them all as opportunities and experiences to work on that thing that you know you have to work on, regardless of which physical direction you're actually moving in. Because the direction of the inner, the heart and the inner mind, the mind's eye, it's really directionless as far as the directions we know, north, south, east, west. It doesn't see like that. It doesn't work like that on the inside, in the inner realm. There's only one direction, and that is in the direction of ascension and evolution of your psyche and your spirit. So get a grip, get a hold on that. And what's a good way to do that? If you consider that the tarot is a sequential story, you want to consider the cards before and after. So what is before and after the 6? Let's look at the 5, the Hierophant. That's the card of getting in tune with your heart's compass. Really getting in touch with your heart, so that as you inevitably step out into the world and into challenges, you've already solidified that attunement to your heart, that connection to your heart. And all of the challenges, which are represented by 6, choice point is also challenge. All those challenges are going to reflect all the work that you've just done in getting in touch with your heart. Okay, so it's like the previous card is getting in touch with your heart, which is going to set you up for this one, the challenges, to then put that to work. Because sure, you can get in touch with your heart, get in touch with your intuition, but the second half of that process is the gnosis, is the putting it into practice. So of course, once you feel solid in this newfound connection to your heart, this new depth of connection that you've reached with yourself, which is what we've all been working on, of course that's going to be challenged. Every time we reach this new level on our path, then you meet that next boss, right? A couple of people mentioned this to me a couple of weeks ago. It's so funny. Everybody was talking about this whole idea where it's like a video game. You complete the level and then there's a new boss waiting for you, right? And so that's kind of what this is. Half the work is getting in touch with your heart, and the second half is putting that into practice and actualizing your connection to your heart through your experiences and challenges. And then what comes after the 6, so we have attuning to your heart's compass, putting it to practice, allowing it to work for you and lead you down the proper roads as we come to these crossroads again and again. And then the card after it is 7, the Chariot, aka the Conqueror, aka Ascension. The Chariot is all about transcending the challenge. 6, challenge, 7, chariot. So depending on how we navigate this, okay, which is also dependent upon how well we've tuned into our heart's compass. Okay, so tune into your heart's compass, depending on how well you now actualize that in your reality, will determine the level of ascension that you experience. So your ability to transcend the challenge depends upon your connection to your heart and your heart's truth. So right now, this is the card of the month, the Lovers, the choice point, the different paths. We're at a point right now, and not just individually, but collectively, right? Because this is a collective reading. We're at the point right now where things can go this way or that. We're so divided right now. And that's okay, because the division is temporary. We all return back to one. We don't have to worry. We ultimately don't have to worry. But the thing is this, the truth is we are divided right now. In so many ways, we're so divided. And we can either learn from this and transcend that challenge and reach a new level of unification, right? Because the salve et coagula, we separate to come back together again. So as a collective consciousness, if we become very aware of this, we can use this separation, the reflection of that separation, to then come together stronger than ever again. Or it can go the other way, and we can allow this separation to continue. So you can see how this is happening on a collective scale, but also individually. So what are the choices in your life right now that you're being presented with? And how can you see them affecting you in the long run? Okay, the biggest challenge right now as we go about this theme of choice point and crossroads, making decisions. Oh. 3 of Wands, which really goes perfectly with this card. And even kind of matchy match. Wands is fire, it's spirit, and 3 is action. Acting upon opportunities that are going to help the spirit expand. Help our light grow and expand. And this is the challenge right now. the first thing I see is slow down. Slow down. How are you using your fire right now? Are you taking on too many opportunities all at once? Do you have your hand in too many cookie jars? Do you feel a little scattered? Feeling like you want to take all of the opportunities because fear of missing out? I don't want to miss out. Pull your energy back in. The Two of Wands right before the Three is about really reflecting on the opportunities before taking action upon them. So can we kind of revisit that? Do that again. Review the opportunities that we may have already stepped into, but just let's take it a step back. Let's review again, pull our energy back in, and then reapproach these opportunities. Maybe putting some of them to a stop so that we can have more energy for those ones that we know are really priority. So we need to pull our fire back in right now and use that fire wisely and give our energy to those opportunities that are truly going to help our soul and our psyche expand. Remember, it's like we're taking on all these opportunities. We're giving our energy to all these opportunities, but there are so many different paths. We need to narrow it down. And why? It's like, why? Why not take all the opportunities? Because there's no way that could be healthy. Giving your energy to so many things at once. If you look closely at all the opportunities you're trying to juggle, you'll see that many of them are actually in conflict. Conflicting ideas, conflicting beliefs. You have to maintain these conflicting beliefs if you want to actually juggle all these opportunities, and that's not going to be sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable. So really ask yourself, what road am I wanting to go down in this life? Hold on, let me pause. Hold on, I've been getting too excited about all these projects and all these new, and oh my goodness, there's so much. Hold on, pull back. Pull back for a second and ask yourself, which road do you really want to go down? And then when you feel confident to make that choice, revisit the many opportunities that surround you right now and really meditate on which ones are in alignment with that road that you are now with certainty choosing. If you don't make this big choice, how could you possibly be saying yes or no to any opportunities right now? You don't even know which way you want to go. You don't even know which way you want to go. So let's figure that out first. Let's figure out the big question behind all the other ones we're asking right now. Where do I want to go in life? Where do I want to be right now? Let me pick that path first, and then I will see which opportunities are going to be appropriate to guide me in that direction that I want to go. I don't want to do this backwards. I don't want to say yes to every opportunity and spread myself thin and give myself to all these different projects when really 75% of those projects are going to block me from going down that road I want, are totally not in alignment with manifesting that reality that I want. So I was maybe getting too excited, getting ahead of myself. Hold on, let me step back, let me refine, and then align with those opportunities that are going to support that path that I'm choosing consciously, with certainty. No looking back. Okay, because looking back reflects doubt in your choice. Why would you do that? Be confident. If you've done the work and connect into your heart, then trust the path that you choose. And remember that the many are an illusion. There's really only one. So whatever road you choose is really about the opportunities for spiritual and psychological growth. If you remember that, you won't stress so much about, oh no, but there's so many paths. What if I take the wrong one? Or what if this one's not going to be as good as that one? It's all going to be as good as the level you're willing to show up. Does that make sense? It's all going to be as good as you allow it to be. Because the degree to which you show up and the degree to which you put in effort consciously to grow spiritually and psychologically will determine how blessed that path is for you. So don't stress about, okay, I'm choosing this path, but oh no, but what about that one? No. When you make a choice, go with it 100%. And know that you're not leaving anything behind. There's really only one path. There's really only one path. Remember that. And what is this all for? Why are we doing this? Why are we going through this right now? This major choice point that's going to affect us? Why are we refining the opportunities that we're saying yes to? Hey! yes, second major arcanum card. 2 out of 3 of these cards are major arcanum cards. The other minor is fire, spirit. This is like a very powerful message today. As always, thanks to all of you meeting me here and pulling this information in. The world, the adept, 21. This is coming to that level of completion. We're doing what we're doing right now so that we can reach a new level of mastery. So that we can manifest what we want to manifest, not just for the sake of manifesting it, but for the sake of reflecting upon how far we've come. For the sake of putting into motion those things we've been trying to put in motion for so long. We want to create a product, right? Which is our reality, is that product. We want to create this product in reflection of all of the hard work that we've been doing. And again, this is a collective reading, so not just individually, but collectively. We're ready to manifest something of all this work that we've been doing so that we can look at it, and although we know it's temporary, we can see behind the physical manifestation of it all of the hard work that we've put in. So it's, for example, let's say you manifested a new house, okay? Let's say you just built this house and you're looking at it and it's not just like, wow, I have this house now. I've got this new house. It's not even about the house. The house will crumble one day. It's not even going to be there. But it's about saying, wow, I did that. I did that. I manifested that. And when you look at that house, you're not seeing the house, but you're seeing the confidence, the level of confidence that you reached. Also the level of humility, the humility it required to put all the pieces together to be able to build that house. Maybe the people you had to ask to help you along the way. Maybe the losses you had to take before it actually manifested and you became successful. Okay, so we're doing this. We're coming to this choice point. We're making these tough choices. We're saying no to certain opportunities that we might have thought were awesome because we know it's not a part of that path. And we're saying yes to certain opportunities that we may never have thought we'd say yes to, simply because we know they either are or aren't aligned with the path that we're now choosing. And we're going through this all so that we can finally manifest a reality where we look at it and we go, oh my goodness. In looking at this thing that I've manifested, I'm able to see all the layers of all the work that I've done on myself. We're going to be able to look at our reality and see our own reflection in it truly, to understand how we came from the prayer to the manifestation, to be able to connect our own thoughts to our reality in a way that's so real, to say, wow, I did that. We did this. Okay, so theme of the month, big choices. Time to make big decisions that are going to affect us in a huge way into the future. Looking at the opportunities we've been saying yes or no to, and being honest with ourselves in this new decision we're making, asking which opportunities are in alignment with that and which ones are not. Especially those ones we feel attached to emotionally, mentally, whatever, even spiritually. If there was an opportunity that you were giving your energy to that you thought was for your spiritual growth, still question that. If there was a project you were working on that you were so attached to because you're like, this is going to bring me money. This is going to bring me all the money. Ask yourself if that's really going to bring you abundance in a bigger way. Ask yourself if that's really what you want and if that's really in alignment with the bigger decisions that you're making right now. Sure, you made the decision that you want more money, but what is your soul deciding? What does your soul really want? And if all that money you were trying to manifest is in alignment with what your soul wants, then get that, whatever. Don't judge yourself and don't worry about the judgments of others. Only you know. Be honest with yourself. Which opportunities should you be giving your energy to right now and which ones should you not be? And when you come to the conclusion that, hey, yes, X, Y, and Z are going to be good opportunities for me right now, make sure you really double, triple, quadruple check those and ask yourself why you think that. Are you thinking they're good opportunities because they're fun or because they're going to bring you money or because they're going to bring you sex or whatever it is, right? Or our lowest material desires. Or can you be honest with yourself and look at those opportunities and say, you know what? This opportunity was only going to bring me short-term success or short-term satisfaction and fulfillment. Or maybe you look at those things and you say, no, these are going to bring me success in the long run, and not just me, but my children and my children's children, the next 7 generations. Those are the opportunities that you can absolutely be sure are going to lead you down the right road. And not just you, but you, the larger you of which we are all a part. So when you're weighing these opportunities and you're asking yourself which ones should you invest in, make sure that those investments are going to bring you sustainable success. Bring you, the one you, us, the next 7 generations. That's worth your energy. That's worth the investment. And if you think that these opportunities are going to be good for you and you find yourself meditating on that and realizing that it's only because it was about lust or it was about greed or jealousy or whatever, make sure that you don't go into those opportunities from that place. Because, for example, let's say the new opportunity is a relationship, a new romantic relationship, and you're like, yeah, this feels good, and you pause and you think about it and you're like, oh man, that was literally just lust. It was all lust. Then stop yourself and know that if you were to continue with that relationship from that lustful place, that's only going to manifest pain and suffering, not just for you, but for everyone involved. You don't want the foundation or the roots of these opportunities, these new opportunities with relationships, job, whatever, friendships, travel. You don't want any of those opportunities to have a foundation in anything other than virtue, in sin. Whatever, I said the word, sin. You don't want those opportunities to be driven by selfishness, by selfish desire, which is going to bring very temporary results. What's the point of that? What a waste. I mean, ultimately, we live and we learn, and in hindsight, all those lessons are blessings. Sure, but why not bring awareness to the process now and make the best decisions consciously that you possibly can, intentionally that you possibly can? So rather than thinking, oh, I don't want these new opportunities to have a foundation in selfishness, let's think about what we do want. We want these opportunities to have a foundation in morality, virtue, goodness, compassion, which is the all virtuous light. So let's ask ourselves, how can I look at the opportunities around me right now and see whether or not there's actually a deeper opportunity within these opportunities to cultivate more virtuous light? And if these opportunities are not offering you that chance, don't take them. Because ultimately, we're all here on our unique missions, but the mission at the foundation of it all is the same. We're all here to cultivate more of that virtuous light. We're here to feel those impulses, right? Feel those desires rising within us to act selfishly and to, with all of our conscious will, redirect that energy, purify it into higher channels of expression. So that when we feel jealousy, instead to remember that we're all one, and whatever we're looking upon that we're jealous of is actually only serving as inspiration for us to get there ourselves. And that it's literally nonsensical for us to be jealous, right? And so that's the work, the inner dialogue, the inner self-dialogue that we have that then helps us to be that alchemist, to transform the jealousy into inspiration and support, for example, right? Or in those moments where you feel you want to be dishonest, to say, wow, I have this urge to be dishonest right now. And especially because my whole being has this desire, this burning desire to be dishonest, I'm going to show myself, hell no, I'm not going to lose to myself. I'm going to take all that powerful energy and I'm going to transmute it. I'm going to be the alchemist that I am. I'm going to perform the magic. And against all odds, I'm not going to be dishonest. I'm going to be honest. Especially when my ego is like, what? You got to be dishonest right now, man. Because if we're honest, this and this is going to be exposed about us. Or we're going to be caught with this. Or this is not going to go the way I want it to go. Yeah, the ego is going to say all those things and it's going to bombard you. And that's when you have to go, no. Especially when it seems contradictory to do the right thing, to tell the truth, to do good, be of service. That's when I got to do it. Because that's where the magic happens. When it's easy to do good, still do good, of course. But when it's hard to do good, that's where the transmutation happens. We didn't come here for it to all just be easy. That's not why we're here. We came here to transmute. We came here to feel those dark things, but to bring our awareness to it, to look at it, to reflect on it, and to choose consciously to redirect our will, to choose consciously to make a change. So, when you are examining these opportunities, ask yourself what opportunities are behind them. When you go into these opportunities, are they going to allow you the space to grow and open up your heart and your mind in new ways? So that's what it's all for. This is also that we can reach a new level of mastery. All right, you guys, 2 major arcanum cards today. Powerful reading. I'm looking forward to meditating on this. Thank you all so much for opening up this portal with me on this new moon. And again, if you have anybody who you think would love this message or who's really needing this message, please share it with your favorite groups, family, friends, whomever. It's also going to be on YouTube. So for those friends who don't have Facebook, you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Rebecca Magic, just as it's spelled here with a CK. Don't forget to hit subscribe. That way, if you forget about these activations, you'll get notified. And if there's anybody you know who maybe is already super positive and doesn't necessarily need this message, I mean, do any of us? It's all within anyway, right? But somebody you know is a super powerful being and you think that they could help support the fortification of this portal that we've just activated, then go ahead and share it with them. Thank you all for your support with my book. It's been amazing. It's just a journey that's still unfolding. It's about to be 1 year since I've published the book, so I'm super excited about that. I think I'm going to celebrate in some way. And I'm 3/4 of the way done with my second book on the minor arcanum right now. The first book is on the major arcanum. I want to remind you guys that I'm happy to ship that book to you personally. It is on Amazon as well. I'm happy to ship it personally to you. But don't forget, I have a recorded course on the major arcanum cards. So if you want to learn more about the major arcanum, cards 0 through 22, actually, not just 21, but 0 through 22, go ahead and reach out. All of the classes are recorded and privately stored in Google Drive. And they're super affordable, and each class is about an hour, 60 minutes to 90 minutes long. So it's chock full of information. So reach out anytime, or if you know somebody who's been wanting to learn tarot, let them know. Pass along my information and connect us. I would love that and so appreciate that. And as you know, the next book will be on the minor arcanum. There will be a course to follow that, and I will release that information in time. There's just so much going on right now, as you guys all know. We're all going through this. We all need our energy to be present and make these choices in the best way possible. So thank you for allowing me to be human and do that too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow in the private group Shabbat Crew, SHABBAT Crew, CREW. That is my group where I share every week on the mystical import of the current Torah story for Shabbat. So it's a lot of Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. And I also have another private group called The Royal Path. And it's where we share about archetypal awareness and activation, share about the book, share about tarot. So if that interests you, please go ahead and join us in that private group. Again, it's called The Royal Path. Thank you guys so much for activating this message with me all around the world. Sending you so much love. See you soon. Aloha.